What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to the countdown. Now 15 days out from day 0 and Advanced Warfare's launch. We are literally so close, it's unbearable. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully you guys are as hyped as I am for this. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Today what we're going to be talking about, though, is a more technical aspect of Advanced Warfare and pretty much what you can expect when you get your hard copy of the game. So if you guys do remember, a while back I covered some information that Digital Foundry provided with us about Advanced Warfare and the E3 build of the game. To that, there were some problems, but right now I'm here to assure you that almost all of those have been fixed. How can I assure you guys that? Well, Digital Foundry did a follow-up with the EGX builds of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's multiplayer, not just the single-player storyline. If you guys do remember, the single-player storyline had a bunch of frame rate issues and was only operating at 900p in terms of graphic stability. So 900p wasn't anything out of the ordinary in terms of Call of Duty. Ghosts ran at 900p on Xbox One, 1080p on PlayStation 4, but on Xbox One, which is where these tests were done, it was the same as Ghost. The only thing that was a big issue around E3 was the frame rate. There were a lot of frame rate issues, the dropping of frames, and torn frames were a lot more than what should have been expected. So where does that leave us now? Hopefully we got all those frame rate issues and all that resolved, which I'm happy to say it did. I'll leave the link down in the description below and put it up on screen now for you guys, but the actual Digital Foundry multiplayer tests did come out with only 3 out of 23,000 frames of footage, dropping down below 60 frames per second. Something that we were told about Advanced Warfare was that it would be 60 frames per second consistently on all platforms, and pretty much that is as good as you can get. Not every game actually is 60 frames per second when you take the time and look at every single frame that was in the game. Now, as for resolution, was this any better? No, right now it's still at 900p, and it will be upscaled to fit the console's 1080p outputs, but right now the native is 900p. Now, is this really that bad or disappointing? Personally, I'm not too bothered by it. Ghost looked absolutely great from the Xbox One version, coming from a 360 player and then upgrading to Xbox One. It looked great. Advanced Warfare, I can't even express to you how great it looks just in terms of raw gameplay rendered at 1080p. So the upscale to me doesn't really seem like a problem. A lot of people that are graphically intensive on that kind of stuff and really love the graphics of games, you'll probably be able to tell just because you know what you're looking for, but to the mass majority of players, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So now here's the thing, is all of this final? Well, we are still a couple days out from launch, but I would expect this to be 100% final. EGX was pretty much the last build of the game that we'd be seeing in terms of public footage of until the release of the game, and just a few short weeks after, I think probably 2 or 3 after, Michael Condrey said that they were testing the final build of Advanced Warfare. They were cooking up the final batch of it, and since then I have not heard any updates, so I would assume that that build that they were working on is the final build of the game, which is either a slightly tweaked version of the EGX build or the same exact build. So moral of this story, the game will be at 900p and 60 frames per second. Pretty much the biggest thing here is the 60 frames per second. I would definitely take fluidity over the resolution. 900p still looks great, and upscale to 1080, it's not going to be much of a difference. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section down below. Are you guys happy that it is a consistent 60 frames per second rather than the frame dropping that we saw during E3's build? That's been my time, ladies and gentlemen. If you did like the video, be sure to leave a like rating down below. Any shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace if you would like that, always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for the best of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare content and any news information. You guys know exactly to find it right here up on my channel. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. My name is Espresso. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.
Surprise, motherfucker.